whether or not you are in the pitfall of the spiritual ego is to stop talking about yourself and see how that feels. It might sound simple, which it is. It might sound easy. Well, that's where the work is. Um, you will find that if you have a strong sense of identity with your spiritual presentation, then when things come up and you don't say anything about how many yoga retreats you've done, or how long you've been doing it, or you know, whatever, whatever it is, however it is that you spiritually flex on people, when you stop doing that and watch yourself having the impulse to do it, that will indicate to you how it is that like where you're at in terms of any kind of stuckness in that ego. And I want to kind of migrate this over to another thing where um, people will ask me about how I know things about them, and in a sense of like how I can kind of tell where they're stuck in different ways. And um, there's one answer, which is to say there's like a channeling higher spiritual energy, whatever, and that's something else. That, I mean, that does happen, but that's something else. I think that the real magic comes from just actually listening. I think that people um, typically, once they get talking, they are more than happy to tell you where they're stuck. They might not realize that they're saying, I'm stuck, but whatever comes up on repeat, it's pretty clear and generally reliable to assume that that's where they're stuck. You know, if they mention the landlord one time and then it doesn't come up again, they're not stuck there. If they mention the landlord every 20 minutes, or their boss, or their boyfriend or girlfriend, and it comes up on repeat, then that's where they're stuck. And and a lot of people don't realize how often they complain, or how persistent that is. So it's through the chronic complaining that that tells people where they're stuck, and it's difficult, I think, for people to see that, only because the complaining comes from an emotional internal agitation, and so it's just kind of like spitting out. It's not it's not coming out in a calm, reflective way. It's just kind of like like spitting out, like when a like I think of like when a car, like a car starts, it hasn't started in a long time, and you start it and it just kind of like putters out. um, that's the this emotional congestion comes out of this sputtering complaining. It's just that um, it doesn't stop, and so it needs to be looked at. um, yeah, so I again it there's very little magic in it. It's just a matter of listening. If you have the time and the patience to pay attention, um, more than likely, without the intervention of any kind of um, spiritual woo woo or plant magic, the answers will be presented to you in short order. Just pay attention.